Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got this great setup tonight, and I am like thrilled to get tonight started because right now my apartment smells incredible, and it's all due to this little gem, Lavender Jasmine. Now this stuff is really fragrant, really perfumey, and I am loving every minute of it so far. So, without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in. This is from Tea Source. Now, I haven't done... hey, Snail, welcome. You can smell a thing? Oh, you can't smell a thing. Well, I mean, I know, but it'll come in time. Don't worry. Just eat your zinc and your vegetables. Lots and lots of asparagus, and that'll help your sense of smell. Anyway, getting back to the Lavender Jasmine, this is from our friends at Tea Source. I've only reviewed live one of their teas, the Fu Cha, and let me tell you, this stuff is excellent. It comes from Bill Waddington, is well known in the tea world. He owns a store and he sells really quality stuff. So, I mean, as good as this smells, I can trust that the quality is incredible. So we're going to take a look at the tea first. The ingredients are all simple. It's just green tea, lavender pieces, and was it jasmine? Yeah, they actually put jasmine in here, right? Yeah, jasmine blossoms. So I'm going to see if I can pick some of these out real quick. Okay, so first thing I was able to grab was the jasmine blossom. Now, as you may or may not know, jasmine is a flower. Wow, that's really dark. Jasmine is a flower that blooms at night. So the way that it works is they bring all the jasmine into the warehouse where the tea is resting, and they allow the jasmine to bloom, and all the fragrance comes out, and it's absorbed by the green tea over a matter of 2 or 3 weeks. And at the end, the flavor, the scent is just absorbed so deeply into the tea leaves that it comes out nice and fragrant when it's packed. So, hold on, let me mute this real quick. There we go. Because that alert was getting a little distracting. But, so after the tea is harvested and scented and then packaged, it's sealed in so that the fragrance can't leave, and it's trapped in the leaf where it's absorbed and reabsorbed again inside until you get it into the hot water. Similarly, we have the lavender, and I've always thought that this was just beautiful. I love the way the lavender looks. It's really hard to see because it's so small, but there's little notes of, well, I mean, lavender, because that's where the name of the color comes from. It's a very light pinkish bluish looking pod, and it smells really perfumey, really fragrant. I love this stuff. And of course, there's the green tea, which is just straight stick-like leaves that they're condensed. So after you get the after this is steeped for about 3 minutes, because it's a green tea rather than a black tea, you don't want to oversteep it. So I steeped this at about 180 degrees for 3 minutes, and that should be borderline too much depending on how good this leaf is. Now, I steeped it for 3 minutes because I'm trusting in the product and knowing that this is not a cheap leaf. So as you saw, it was nice and hearty and like really compact. After, let me grab a good leaf. You know what, I'll just grab a nice chunk and play with it a little. So you'll see the leaves have opened up quite a bit. Judging by this one, actually, it looks like it could have stayed in the water a little bit longer because it hasn't opened up all the way. But it's a nice big leaf, and it's trying to open it really, really carefully because I'm probably going to rip it. So it's a nice big cut, but it's not full. So technically, this is not orange pecco, this is broken orange pecco, but it's a big chunk of leaf. So you see how it opens up in the water, and then we have lavender pieces. Oh no, wait, that's a jasmine. Okay, so part of the jasmine blossom is the petal. You see it has actual jasmine petals and blossoms in there. One that I pulled out before was shedded, like it doesn't have any of the blossom left on it. I'm trying to find a piece that's more whole, but here's the first one that pops up. Here's the actual part of the blossom. Really, really hard to see. Because it's so tiny. I wish I had like better cameras that can magnify. And now, if I can just separate that one piece of lavender, there we go. The lavender doesn't open up at all. You know, it's always just gonna. It's a little pod. Hey, Dark Phoenix, welcome. It's only this little pod. It doesn't change, like not even the color. The color stays relatively the same. Here, maybe this one. Yeah, this one's a little bit bigger. So it's relatively the same. I mean, it is darker. Like it absorbed the water, so you have like a darker, more bluish purple in there for the lavender. So that is all of the ingredients that there is. And now I have wet tea all over my hands. Oh, there we go. Okay, so fragrant wise, I don't even need to smell what's in the cup because the entire apartment smells like lavender and jasmine, and it's very perfumey, very floral. It smells like a wonderful garden spring day. It's just gorgeous, and I'm loving it. And looking through the liqueur, you'll see it's very, very clear. However, upon closer inspection, and it's really, really hard to see on the camera, but there is little fuzzies in there. There's a little bit of I don't want to call it debris. I forgot the word for it. A little powdery at the bottom. That's from all of the floral and the tea that got through. It all sinks to the bottom little by little. So it is a little bit murky. But otherwise it's a very clear liqueur, as you can see. And then at the top, there's a little brim of like fuzzy, I don't want to say fuzzy water, but it's like bubbly. It's like a little bubbly. Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. So I'm not the only one. Oh, it smells so good. It smells clean. And that's really important to me when I'm drinking something that's floral. It smells like a cleaning product. But super duper, it smells like soap. Let's just hope it doesn't taste like soap, because if you oversteep some jasmine tea, it can get soapy. It's really, really bad. Ooh, that is perfect. Above everything else. So this smells like hand sanitizer. It depends on the hand sanitizer. Some is scented, but not like the regular plain alcohol-y. No. This one, I'm actually really, really impressed. It tastes like, it doesn't taste like any jasmine I've ever had before. Normally you have just the jasmine flavoring in the green tea, so you get a good amount of green tea along with the jasmine. This one tastes more like lavender, with hints of jasmine. It's extremely floral, and it's really, really smooth, really fragrant, really, it's really calming. And there's a texture to the tea that gives it a nice little coating over the tongue, and it's very smooth. It's very slightly grainy, more silky than anything. It tastes. It feels like a little velvet sheet over your tongue. And usually when that happens, it preserves the flavor for a really long time. And because of that, I'm glad I didn't oversteep the tea, first of all. And second, it's enveloping my entire mouth with fragrance. And I'm thoroughly, I'm really enjoying this one. Like, this is the kind of tea that if you have a headache, it'll help treat it, because normally caffeine will help boost the what's the word? It makes your blood pump slightly faster, and they say that that's good for relieving pressure in the brain. But as well, the scent is calming and soothing. So if it's a stress headache, it'll take it away pretty quickly, or it should, depending on the reason you're having the headache. But I would definitely suggest this kind of tea if you have a headache. There's no astringency at all. Like, normally with a jasmine tea, there is some sort of astringency in it, because it's just a green tea and it's natural. It's really hard to get the astringency off completely. This one is extremely smooth. I'm not getting any hints of astringency at all. There is a slight watery kind of texture to it, but it's not really like as robust as this flavor is. The slight watery taste is extremely forgivable. Oh man, I'm in heaven. Okay, there it is. There's a slight little bit of astringency, very, very low, because a lot of it is covered by the floral flavor of it. Ooh. I am really looking forward to the Thomas taste, because everything is just like swirling, like the flavor is swirling in my mouth, and it's not going anywhere. That little layer of flavor is sitting on my tongue, and it's going from it's strongest at the front of my mouth, but even in the back, it's got a little bit of residue that just hangs, and with every breath that I take, it feels like I'm breathing flowers. So, I mean, I can't smell my breath, but I taste my breath. And I swear, like, if I was having to talk to someone face to face, I would not be embarrassed to approach them smelling like this. Ooh, that is really good. I am definitely going to recommend this after the tasting. it's got like this really nice, silky, almost. It's pretty sweet for a green tea. Normally, you don't get this kind of flavor from a green tea. You know, it's usually very vegetal. It's usually slight to moderately astringent, depending on which kind of green tea it is. And I'm assuming that this is a Chinese green tea just by the way that it looks. It's more of a green rather than a blue-green that you would get. I'm trying to find a good example that you would get from a Japanese green tea. And while it looks physically like a Japanese green tea, it's still kind of robust. It spreads out like that. It doesn't have that stick-like seaweed look to it. So I'm assuming that this is a what was this? Japanese green tea has seaweed. It doesn't have seaweed. It more has the scent and flavor palette of seaweed, but it's still Camellia sinensis. It's not going to be anything. It's not going to be anything foreign unless they physically put it in. Which actually, you can do it. You can have a seaweed tea. That would be interesting because seaweed is edible. I'm getting ideas now. I'm getting ideas. What? Don't be ooh. That's not a bad thing. I mean, Japanese tea already tastes like seaweed, so why not? Give me my chance to to shine. I mean, exactly. You no. I happen to like Japanese green tea. Maybe one day I'll mix some seaweed into it and see what that does. Because they do have like the little pieces of like nori that you can buy. And they have like the seaweed crackers and stuff like that. So I'll find a way. I'll find a way. It can be done. That doesn't mean it should be done, but it can be done. Oh, this is so good. I keep swallowing before I do the Thomas taste. It's just by compulsion. Like, I want to drink more. It's very, very drinkable. Ooh, this smells so good. I'm loving it. All right. Time for the Thomas taste. Oh, high praise. Oof, it feels in my mouth so refreshing. Just to hold that for just a couple seconds and then breathe it out. It's very cleansing. It's very smooth. It's very This is some of. I have to say I'm very impressed with this blend. It's been sitting in my cabinet for over a year, probably, because I remember when I bought it when I got the fucha, and I kept putting it off. Like I kept getting other stuff in, and like getting that ahead in line. But I've been wanting to try this one for a long time. Oh, excuse me. And honestly, I was not let down at all. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Oh, wait, do you see it? Right there. That's the residue. Residue was the word I was trying to come up with. But you see, like, there's a little black patch at the bottom. That's the residue that all sunk down. I mean, You're gonna find that in practically every tea. Um, it's not a measure of quality. It's just an effect of the production. I'm I'm really thoroughly enjoying this tea. Okay, back off for a second. Questions, comments, now's the time. I'm opening up the floor. I'm going to answer Teresa's question. By the way, happy birthday, Teresa, my dear sister. It's her birthday. She is now as old as I am. We were born 11 months apart, and the end of June through the end of July we're the same age. So, yeah. We are technically the same. We're technically equals now until for 1 month. So yeah. But anyway, quick shout out to my sister there, and I'm going to answer her question. What would I pair this with? And this is a really difficult question for me to answer for this particular blend because, I mean, like, it's the flavor is extremely unique, and honestly, it's kind of powerful. So I don't know what I would do it with, what I would pair it with. I would need something that is strong enough to hold on, but match that same kind of refreshing flavor. Maybe some fresh fruit. Maybe some... Yeah, this is really a tough one. What would go well with jasmine? What would go well with lavender? I need something. I need ideas here. Chicken. I mean, yeah, not spicy chicken for sure. Maybe a roasted kind of chicken, but even that might be a little bit too salty with the skin. So I would suggest maybe a roasted chicken, but not without the skin. Just roasted chicken breast, maybe. But we need something that'll match the refreshing flavor of it. And this is really hard. What would I match this with? I'm seriously stumped. I mean, chicken is kind of a safe bet. I wouldn't know what kind of side to put with it. Yeah, this is tough. Nothing usually goes with jasmine. Well, I mean, hey Zam, welcome. I mean, like, it's not difficult. If it was just jasmine, you can go with something very vegetal, you know, like a salad with, you know, like berries, like a berry salad, fruit salad, something like that. The challenge here is finding something that goes with both lavender and jasmine. There's not really anything that can match the refreshing flavor that I can think of with this particular blend. Honestly, this is like really good on its own. It doesn't really need to be paired with anything. So yeah, I think that if I were to pair this with something, I would keep it simple, keep it refreshing. So maybe like just the chicken would be nice. Maybe a fruit salad, something light and airy. I really can't think of anything else. But yeah. So community announcements. Well, we did have our first official, unofficial community get together Last week we had a tea tasting at Tilula, and it was a lot of fun. It was really great to see everybody again. For most of us, it was the first time out in a very long time, in public, like in a gathering. And it was really wonderful. Juliet hosted us, and she was incredible as always. And we had a lot of fun, and it's kind of like inspiring us to do more of it. So hopefully we'll be able to put something together again really soon, possibly next month, and we'll keep you posted on that. Yeah, like we're in a very, very confusing time right now, because nothing's back up 100%, but things are slowly opening up. So we'll see. I'll have to keep you guys posted, because it's really difficult for me to schedule anything. Maybe we can do more virtual stuff. I haven't had a virtual tea party in quite some time, and I keep forgetting. I keep putting it off. But yeah, I think maybe I'll consider next week doing a virtual tea party. We'll see. It was a lot of. They're always a lot of fun. So. Oh my god, this thing, even as it cools down, it's maintaining that same level of flavor that's just, it's just so soothing. Even though it does have caffeine. And, I'm getting what's the word? It's a brightness in my mood. I think that would be the best way to put it. It's a brightness in my mood that is, it's keeping me alert and awake, and it's really making it's actually affecting my mood. I was a little bit tired. I had a long day at work for the first time in a long time. I had a long day at work, but I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I just feel bright and airy all over again. So this actually, it's having a really positive effect on me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend this particular blend. It's a quality tea, and I'm kind of mad at myself that I haven't done this sooner, and two, that I haven't really shopped at Tea Source as often as I would like because of the quality. So I think that's going to change my shopping habits slightly. I am in the shop for new tea shops, and yeah, this is very much a great quality tea. I would highly recommend this for anybody who's interested. Definitely check it out. Okay, last call. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now is the time. And I'm fully energized right now. I'm really feeling it, and it's ending my first week of work at a new job on an even higher note. Because it feels like my week started off great and just kept getting better. And this is definitely the way to finish off and to start my weekend on a high note, just raring to go. I don't have anything specific planned, but I feel very positive, and a lot of it is probably due to the way this tea is making me feel right now. It's definitely a mood booster, so I would highly recommend you guys try this. Yeah, and that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. This has been a wonderful experience. It was an incredible tea. I'm going to link it in the description and definitely recommend that you guys try it out. So until next time, have a wonderful night, a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.